Hi, I'm Ethan. I love muzzleloading, and I finally have some concrete information about why number 11 caps are so hard to find and when we are going to be able to see them on shelves again. At the 2023 NRA show this year, I kind of camped out at the CCI booth waiting for an opportunity to talk to somebody about where all the number 11 caps are. This is the number one question that I'm getting right now in regards to muzzleloading supplies and things. And I went to the NRA show with one goal in mind, and was to get some answers. And thankfully, at the end of the day, I was able to meet up with a CCI representative and get some background details here about where the number 11 caps are. It's currently mid-April, but the CCI representative told me that number 11 percussion caps will be going back into production sometime in June. Now, that is a little bit of a window here, but the representative did say that they should start becoming available in stores in July through August and the fall for the hunting season. Now, the representative did confirm some of the theories that we've all had about percussion caps, and they are produced seasonally. We have confirmation of that now from CCI that percussion caps are not produced in a line year-round. They are produced one time a year, and that is typically, as said by this representative, that late spring, early summer production shift. Now, why haven't caps been in production and been available for the last 2 or 3 years, really? It really boils down to the demand for modern centerfire primers and the ammunition shortages in general that we saw over the past couple years. According to CCI, and it's something that we all kind of knew, but the muzzleloading market and the percussion cap market for them is kind of a minuscule section of their larger market. Right now, there's so much demand, both from military contracts and from civilian demand here, that the time it takes to shut down a line and retool it, as confirmed by CCI here in the past, just hasn't been monetarily, something that they're as interested in because of the amount of the demand that we're seeing from the modern stuff. That being said, though, the CCI representative that I talked to said that they're seeing unprecedented demand right now for those percussion caps. So we have been making our voices heard kind of across the country here that we do need these caps. They said that they could not believe the demand that they're seeing for percussion caps right now, and they're factoring that into the production run that they're going to be doing here in June of 2023. I asked the CCI representative here if this would be a run similar to what we saw maybe last year, where there were some caps out in stores and kind of limited to about 2,000 per retailer based on the research that I've done here. And the representative said, and I asked here, that it should be a normal run, kind of an inventory that we saw pre-2019 here. The representative wasn't going to give me concrete numbers because, by his own admission here, he was trying to angle for a larger production run due to the demand that he is getting and the company at large is getting. I told the representative that myself included and many muzzleloading enthusiasts out there are ready to buy 10 to 20,000 caps per individual if they become available in those quantities. And he was kind of taken aback by that. I think that generally, because the muzzleloading market is so small for a company like CCI and they cover so much of the firearms ammunition market, that they really hadn't been paying a whole lot of attention to muzzleloading, but the past 2 or 3 year drought really has brought it back to their attention. So I don't want the community at large here to take this news and badger and hound CCI about this and making sure that we get some more caps into production. But I do think that if there is a way for us as a group to make our voices heard calmly and gently here, we can attempt to influence this production run to accommodate the needs that we have as a community. I talk to a ton of muzzleloading enthusiasts every day, and many of you are kind of putting your muzzleloaders to the side because you have percussion muzzleloaders and you don't have access to caps, or the caps are just prohibitively expensive through secondhand auction sites. Outside of CCI themselves, I was also able to talk to a large percussion cap distributor from the Midwest region here. They recently received an order of 2 million percussion caps, and this is the first large order that they have seen in some time. So that is another little section of good news. The bad news about that is it was only about 10% of the full back order that this single distributor has placed with CCI right now. The majority of those 2 million caps were CCI number 11 caps, with a small number of Remington and number 10 caps included with that order. But the majority of those caps were the CCI number 11 caps. Now, the distributor did not want to be named, so I need you to take my word on this. This distributor didn't want to be inundated with orders while they tried to figure out how and where to get these caps to where they need to be. But we do have some idea here that caps are being shipped. Now, because these are being shipped and received by a distributor now in April 2023, we have to assume that these are an older run of percussion caps, but no indication of the manufacturer date was given on these. So theories can abound on where these percussion caps are coming from, but according to and kind of connecting with the conversation I had with a CCI representative here, I believe these to be an older run of caps that are being distributed through the pipeline, very similar to what we saw come through Powder Valley and Powder Inc. a few months ago, where they had a stock and an inventory of percussion caps available for about a week before they sold out. Something interesting, because I haven't been to many trade shows this year, I found with the CCI booth, it was very connected and very integrated with federal ammunition here. So I think from what we're seeing when it comes to primers and ammunition and the demand that these companies are seeing, I think it makes a lot of sense for us to see CCI and the primer manufacturing being focused on those modern centerfire primers. But like I said, we are able to make our voices heard here a little bit, and kind of hopefully we can see this June production run meet normal standards, at least for what the muzzleloading community is used to, and we can see those caps coming back into the market here. That's all I have for you right now on percussion cap news, but I hope that it gives you something to go on as you plan for the summer event and muzzleloading competition season here. It was really nice, and the CCI representative was really kind and very understanding and very open to the questions that I had. So I'd like to thank CCI and their representatives at the 2023 NRA show here for being receptive to that. I know there were a lot of folks at the show frustrated and looking for answers about primers and ammunition availability. So I appreciate their patience with me and asking questions for such a small section of their market, really. But they were really kind and very understanding with the concerns that I brought to them, that you all have brought to me. So I'd like to thank CCI for that. And I really hope that we can see pre-2019 numbers and prices really return here with our percussion caps as we head into the 2023 muzzleloading year. I understand this isn't going to answer all the questions you have about the availability of percussion caps. Please keep sending me those questions. They help me when I have an opportunity to speak with somebody from the muzzleloading industry here. They really help me formulate and get an idea of what to ask and how to ask it based on the feedback and the questions that you all have at home. So thank you to everybody really that has asked all these questions over the past few months. I hope this video helps, but I'm not going to let go of the percussion cap shortage here and things. We're going to still be hunting answers and trying to find out what's going on and keep abreast really of when and where these percussion caps are coming back into stock to keep all of us as informed as I can. So once again, thank you so much for watching. Keep the questions coming in. I'm Ethan. I love muzzleloading. We'll catch you next time.